Hi guys, and welcome to episode 3 of this weekend's FUT Champions. We have dropped off the leaderboards. We were 10th in the world yesterday, guys, but it was obviously a next day now, so we are moving away from the ranking system. 20 games played, 18 losses, still on the ratio of the 9-1, which I do aim for, which would give me a finish of 36, but aiming for better. You can see people are nearly finished already. That's mental. And how far are we outside the top 100? We might be able to get back into it, guys, within the first couple of games. But doing all right. I'm happy with the way the team was working and progressing. Literally, it's going to take me 3 games, I think, to get back into the top 100, which would be pretty nice. Maybe, we'll have to wait and see. So if you guys do want any MSP, PSN codes, or cheat game codes, guys, go and check out g2a.com. Their link is down below. If you try and hit over 3,000 likes, that'd be brilliant. And guys, subscribe to me if you're not subscribed already. So you can see the team as always, guys. It is the super team. You can see the stats as well. Suarez, 262 games, 197 goals, 142 assists. Ronaldo, probably one of the worst purchases I made, but the best one at the same time. 312 games, 270 goals, 133 assists. And Messi, who plays in the cam position, guys, 227 games, 111 goals, 109 assists. So literally a good ratio there. And in this batch of games, guys, Gullit's going to enter the 1,000 club. 1,000 games, 287 goals, 245 assists, and that's pretty good from the centre midfield position, in my opinion. Vieira, 933 games. Probably next week he's probably going to hit the 1,000 club. 121 goals. Randomly, don't expect him to score goals, and 146 assists. And Modric, who's a recent player in the team, guys, 90 games, 28 goals, and 25 assists. Very, very good ratio with them. So let's go and get into game number 21 to 30, guys. See how we do. Fingers crossed we can pick up an unbeaten streak and continue the confidence that we had yesterday into today's video. So, guys, alternative teams. This is a team which you wouldn't expect to come up against in the weekend league. Now, there's a lot of, it puts you into a false sense of security, guys. It is a Liga NOS team, basic chem styles on every single player, but how wrong was I to think that this was going to be an easy opponent? When players usually rock with teams like this, they are pretty good. He makes a mistake in this game, but he controlled the front part of it, and a few opportunities I did have was getting blocked and getting saved, and the only goal in the game, guys, actually came from a corner. Now, it was my first game of the day, don't get me wrong, but alternative teams are very, very dangerous, and you'll see that a few times throughout the series as well, where teams where you would expect to pick up victories, you definitely don't. You can see, guys, he had 5 shots not on target. Makes no difference. It makes absolutely no difference because he dominated the possession, dominated the areas in the pitch which I wanted to dominate, and it was frustrating. Up against a solid team in the second game as well. You see Eden Hazard, the Dries Mertens as well up front, and the man of the match, Salah. I'm on Salah, Kante, Pogba, and player of the month Ali as well to make up the attack and midfield. Very dangerous team, but in the first couple of minutes, guys, he made a mistake and I was able to pounce on it to make it 1-0 in the 3rd minute of the game. Very, very nice start, and these are the things I aim for, guys. A few things which I've been aiming for recently, and that is to go full guns blazing from minute 1, try and get the early goal, because getting that early goal, guys, completely affects the way the game plays going forward, because you're putting them on a back foot. You're not able to allow them to get into their frame of mind where they're going to go on and win, and you definitely make them change the way they do play. Making that happen, guys, gives you a massive advantage. Now, this game was a tough one. The goals I scored were rough. The second one especially was a rough goal with a off the post shot from Messi, and then a header into the back of the net by Ronaldo. So nice goal, but obviously a little bit of luck as well. Then the game started off pretty nicely. A long through ball down to Messi. Messi with a chip. This is probably the best goal of the weekend because it was all floated balls. The ball through to Messi was a floated one. The instant chip through ball to Suarez was one. And then the flick-on header as well was also a lofted through pass, and then the finish was obviously a lofted chip. Nice goal, and probably the nicest goal nicest team goal that you'll see this weekend. So making it 3-0, guys. Making the same mistakes, allowing him through the wing, gets it through to Pogba. Pogba with a nice finish, makes it 3-1, and could have potentially seen the game go another way, but with me playing on the counter-attack and him potentially playing all-out attacks, his defence was all over the shop, allows Messi to run in on the wing. On his dominant left foot, gets a low-driven shot off past Buffon, who I think is a really dodgy keeper in the game, but there is one game, which I think was yesterday's episode, where he played against Buffon. He was absolutely amazing. So a game which was in our favour, obviously a 4-1 victory, and then we're pushing on to the next game of the day, guys. Up against Willow, 105 with Player of the Month, Son up front, Player of the Month, Ali, Martial, the red in form, Firmino, Kante, Fernandinho, and also Van Aanholt, not his in form version as well. Very surprised to not see that. And Koscielny, Smalling, Valencia, and Butland in net. Butland making some really, really good saves in the first 10 minutes of the game, but he was rushing the ball out of defence, which has allowed me to pick it back up and restart the attacks. Hullet with a really good finesse shot from distance, and they're the ones I've been working on recently, guys, because if you are coming up against the games where the person's completely packed the area and you're going to struggle to dribble your way through the team, then long distance shooting is definitely the way forward. I've conceded a few bangers this weekend league, and it all comes from lining up the shots. Now, a lot of people say that they are pop shots, they are lucky. Gorilla, I know, says that long shots are lucky, but I don't agree with him, because even though there's a little bit of luck around everything, guys, Gorilla tries to pass it into net. He does so at an exceptional rate, and you would have seen him go 40-40 this weekend. But obviously, if you can try and practice your long shots, you're going to get 1 or 2 extra goals, which could give you 1 or 2 extra wins as well. And the ones I definitely have a lot of success with are the finesse shots from distance, usually in the top corner, near post top corner, and Hullet is definitely a speciality as well. Brilliant at doing them. Same with Messi. Even Modric has got a really good long shot. And if you're driving up forward, guys, I've got Messi, Suarez, and Ronaldo. All 3 of them have really good long shots as well. But if I can get inside the area like I was able to against my opponent here, triple tap to the back post, and I think that was, and I'm going to double check, guys, but I'm pretty sure that was Suarez's 200th goal for the club as well, in a very, very nice matter of time as well, because we played a lot with him, not just outside the weekend league, but also in Fatal as well. It was his 200th goal of the campaign. Not a nice one, but an important one nonetheless. We get through with Messi with the scoop turn, back inside, low driven shot, basic stuff, 2-0. Now, a lot of people have been asking about what I do in regards to editing. So you guys see that I cut up the clips, I show you the goals. I don't really well, there's a few times I will show you a few other things as well. But I have been trying to cut out a lot of the mistakes in my gameplay. This one was absolutely horrendous, and I think it was just wrong timing by myself. Gets a save off by Neuer, but bounces straight into the path of Mane, which pulls it back to 2-1. I think I previously played this guy as well, because he was tweeting me while we were playing. The next goal was very important. That was something he did say to me, and he was 100% correct in that. If he had got the equalising goal, the game could have swung in his favour, knocking my confidence and stuff like that. But trying to clear the ball out, Messi clamps it down, gets it into Vieira. Vieira waits for the run of Luka Modric. Modric through to Ronaldo. Ronaldo to Hullet. Hullet with a nice outside of the foot finish into the top corner, makes it 3-1. At that point, it did kill the game off, and was definitely more in my favour, because we're closing down his players really fast. We're still playing towards the attack, and also playing patiently as well, because there was no point in rushing everyone forward. There was no point in giving him a chance to get back into the game, and the game is killed off in the 69th minute, guys, with a brilliant goal by Ronaldo to make it 4-1. Really, really nice finish. Stereotypical stuff, you know. That's one of the reasons why I do plough a lot of money into the game, to get players like this, because I think it would have been pretty different if it was a bog standard striker doing that. So a nice win, and looking for, I think that was our 4th win of the episode. And then we move into game number 5, which was from a little bit of a break on Saturday, and then we went into this game up against Stat Cards again with Hernandez, Butragueno, and DYBALA, SBC De Rossi, SBC Buffon, red in form Leighton Baines, and a really, really solid team. Now in this game, guys, he was a patient player, nice shielder, got the balls into the area dangerously. That one was flicked on straight to Cuadrado's foot, gets a nice goal, 57th minute, makes it 1-0 in the match. Still playing patient play. He allows me to get a fast counter-attack off, guys. 3-on-3 at this point. Ronaldo inside the area, rounds him, and is able to get it back to George Best, who had just come on at this moment, guys, and does equalise the game and make it 1-1 in the 72nd minute. Into extra time, though, the stat cards which I think he did have on the players, guys, was definitely stamina, because the stamina of the front 3 definitely didn't seem to be affected, and it was noticeable towards the end as well, because he was tearing through man midfield and defence, and is able to grab a winning goal, guys, in the 115th minute. So this takes me to 3 losses so early on. Obviously that usually does trigger me into finishing pretty roughly, but hopefully that doesn't happen today. You can see the stats, guys. 19 shots, 13 on target, and they weren't even pop shots. It was just one of them games where everything was getting blocked by his defenders, and was defending really well, and I just couldn't get the second goal of the match. So into the game, after taking the loss, guys, we come up against some red Lacazette, the one to watch Dembele, one to watch Van Aanholt, and also Martial up front, and within 10 minutes, guys, we were on a dangerous attack, waiting for the players to move. Messi round the defender, still making people commit and making gaps appear. Hullet with the ball inside, gets it over to Messi. Messi into a position where he could have made it dangerous and maybe lined up a shot, but we get very lucky there with the ball. Getting tackled on the scoop turn, but bounces straight to Ronaldo's foot, and we do make it 1-0. So back to what I was saying, guys, and I will allow the clips in the background as well. So when it comes to the mistakes that I've made in FUT Champions in the past months to weeks, a lot of the mistakes come from looking at people's teams, lining up people's teams. I'm like, well, this looks like an easy bloody game, doesn't it? And they're the losses that I do take, and it'll be similar for you guys as well. So when also I'm looking at teams, I managed to get that out of my mind, because the lower ranked teams, more than likely, if they're rocking that team in the weekend league, guys, they have got something about them, and probably rarely you'll come up against a nasty looking team and actually completely smash it. But there is one or two people out there who try different teams out every week and do play very well with it. Now, I know the guy who I beat 1-0 at the start of this episode was frustrated in the way that I did play. He actually complained about the way I celebrated as well, which was very odd, because I didn't over celebrate. You guys know my celebrations in FUT Champions, it's just a case of holding A, but obviously in Drafted Glory we do a lot of dabs to make the opponent quit that little bit earlier. But in FUT Champs, I'm not really bothered. I like to play the full games just to get an idea of getting better, you know, and even if I'm losing games, still play them out just to hopefully learn from my mistakes. So that's what takes me on to the next part of the thing I was going to talk about, guys, which is making up for your mistakes. Now, I've got the ability to record full games. I record the full 40 games, I edit them out, I watch them back, especially the goals that I do concede, and see where the mistakes do come from. Now, a majority of them used to come from panic switching, which is something I've tried to take out of my game recently. And you guys know that I've always been a switcher since FIFA 14. Switching was always my main point, and the other part of my defending was a high pressure defending where I'd chase the players down. But this FIFA, it does not seem effective, and that was where a lot of my bad results were coming from for the weekend league in the months leading up to this one. Now, in the past 2 to 3 weeks, I have been working on my game, especially the defending. The reason being, you guys have probably been watching the regionals on Twitch TV or even on the EA website, and you can watch the professional FIFA players play FIFA. Now, these are professionals, these are really good players, and watching them gives you little hints and tips as to what you should do in games, which is what I did. Now, I watched Tass. Tass is a very, very good FIFA player. He is the European Regional Champion, and also the European Regional Champion for both consoles as well. So he was the Grand Champion, and does hold his place high within the FIFA community now because of the way he played. A lot of people did obviously pinpoint time wasting as a massive factor to his success, but he got into a position where he could time waste, and that's through scoring goals. Now, I don't really take much away from Tass's attacking, because that's something I just can't seem to do. I can't nail down dribbling. I definitely can't nail down skills unless it's the basic stuff. But one of the things he has definitely took from Tass was the defending. The way he defends is absolutely awesome. And do you know what it is? He's not even defending, guys. He's covering the passes, cutting the passing lanes. And when I defended, usually I would charge players towards the opponent and aim to get the ball off them as fast as possible. But with the way FIFA 17 is, and you guys will know it as well, it is very difficult to charge a player down, and if you commit one player, misjudge it, you're left in a whole world of shit, which is one of the reasons why I was picking up them horrible results. But we were able to pick ourselves up after that loss, guys, and get back on into this, coming up against some really nice looking teams, nice informs. Van Aanholt, if you guys are going to play Van Aanholt, there is nothing about him apart from pace. I'm throwing it out there, guys. There is nothing about him apart from pace. Every time I come up against Van Aanholt, I've not even had any trouble with him. Every time I went at him, the only thing he did do was catch me up. But when it comes to tackling or even positioning, he wasn't that good. This was a nice goal by Suarez, guys, rounding the defenders and getting it in. So one of the things I would advise to you guys, I think PlayStation's got an ability to record gameplay, maybe even Xbox has as well. It's worth looking at the goals you're conceding and trying to work on the mistake that you did make. Now, a lot of people were like, well, that's EA bullshit, but I honestly do believe that there would have been a chain reaction further down the line which made you give up possession, and depending on what player it is. Now, a lot of the trouble coming from me now, you guys are seeing Alaba in an attacking position there. If I had not scored that, I would have been fucked if he had gone down my right hand side where Alaba should have been. And thankfully, or left hand side where Alaba should have been, but thankfully, guys, we did get the goal. Now, that's the type of stuff I shouldn't be doing, but then again, it does give me the advantage to flood players forward, and with the defence that I have got of Boateng, Team of the Year Ramos and SBC, Bellerin, and also Team of the Year Neuer, I do have the players and capabilities to be able to defend with 3 players, but up against a good opponent, that's where you become sort of screwed. So the hint for today, guys, is to look at the gameplay, look at the point in which you gave up the ball and where you're giving up the ball to see where the mistake is made, because more than likely the game is in your control, apart from when it comes to lag and other stuff like that. A lot of people have been complaining about bad gameplay this weekend as well, but more than likely, guys, you will see the mistakes in your game and be able to quash it out. Once you do that, you're able to get into a position where you could basically knock yourself up from a silver to a gold, or a gold to an elite, or an elite to a top 100, you know. And if you elite guys are watching me, then you shouldn't be listening to what I'm saying anyway, because you're in the same position as me. Level wise on FIFA. Now, consistency has been a massive factor. We have got elite every single week in Foot Champions. I think at the end of this episode, we're getting very close to elite, and we left with a nice bunch of games at the end of it as well. And this game got very tough, conceding a bad goal there, and that was down to a mistake by me as well. But thankfully, we do have Luis Suarez to dance around the area, get it into George Best. Best gets into position to get the goal, failed at it, but nice commitment by Vieira, wins the ball back, guys, gets it through to Ronaldo. Ronaldo inside the area is able to triple tap it back, and it all started from Vieira making that commitment towards getting the ball, and he actually gets rewarded with the goal, which won the game as well. So a very, very nice finish, and that does take us to, I think, 26-3 currently, which is still a pretty tidy result for me. Now, obviously, we need to win 11 more games to get to the position where we were last week, but 37 is going to be a massive ask just because of the 2 losses that we have taken previous to this one. So up against AAK, I forgot his gamer tag, with Musa up front, the inform Firmino, also played him up Dele Alli, Coutinho, Kante, Matic, Milner, Zuma, and a few other BPL players, and it was a dangerous team. I hate playing against Musa, and the only reason I hate playing against Musa is because of how overused he is and how dangerous he can be. But his defence was getting caught, guys, and that was a brilliant ball by Modric, and one of the reasons why I have kept Modric in the team and actually ditched the one to watch Pogba is because Modric is definitely adding something to his game for me, and getting 1 or 2 more goals. That goal I'd given up, guys, I made a few mistakes in it. I had let him get into a position where he was able to line up the shot, and I moved DeMarcos the wrong way, but giving the ball away in a stupid position as well. He gets out-muscled by Ronaldo. Here, Ronaldo sells it on the inside through to Messi, Messi through to Suarez, and a nice shot, which is luckily rebounded in through Ronaldo to make it 2-1 in the game. But with how dangerous he was being, guys, we had to keep a close eye on Musa and just get the ball to our forwards, because we're having a lot of fun with our forwards. You can see the ball bouncing around here, through ball to Hullet down to Ronaldo. Ronaldo gets a good finish. I don't know how he was able to get around the defender, but he did, and we make it 3-1 in the 31st minute. So this was looking like if we're getting the next goal, guys, we would be pushing towards 27-3, and Suarez starts that with a run through to Vieira through to Ronaldo. Game over, guys, 4-1 in the 34th minute, but my opponent was staying around for the game. We start an attack, guys, in the 39th minute, throwing the ball to Ronaldo, completely wrong doing a defender who's chasing me, and you're seeing the amount of players he's charging at me and all the failed commitments that he's making. That was the stuff I used to do, and still do make that mistake now and then as well, but I do try to keep myself in the right position, and I'll definitely keep the ball and not lose the ball in the wrong positions, allowing myself for a counter-attack, but definitely not committing towards his players. You can see the ball through Modric to Suarez, I think it was, Suarez to Ronaldo. Ronaldo misses a simple opportunity, and they're the type of stuff I've been having all weekend, guys. That was a brilliant chop by Ronaldo, into position to shoot. It was with his right foot as well, puts it past the post. 5-1 at this point, and then my opponent goes forward with Firmino, who loses the ball out to Boateng, who should not be there anyway. But we're 5-1 up, so we can have a little bit of fun. Hull it with the ball through to Ronaldo. Ronaldo through to Messi. Messi gets the position to shoot and scores a brilliant goal, guys, to confirm the 27-3 that we are going to finish on for this episode. So let's do the outro. And there we are, guys, 27-3 after 30 games. That is not bad. A 1 loss ratio per 10 games. So 9 wins, 1 loss per 10 games. So pretty good. Very difficult opponent towards the start of the game. He started easing up and made it a little bit easier for me going forward, and that's why we obviously won 6-1. And this is how we finished for the day, guys. 10th again. Is that how we finished it? Yeah, 10th again. That's crazy. So we finished yesterday's video 10th. This time 10th as well, and obviously it's not finished yet. Still 10 more games to play, guys. Hopefully we can finish off big. Leave that like rating, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, guys, and we'll be back tomorrow, or maybe even later today, guys, with the final video of this.